And welcome back to week 26 of the West Marches. Y'all are starting to descend down towards Hextia's hut. It's probably like about noon today. Sun is high. It's a crisp, cold October afternoon. There's, the air is very clear in that way that it gets in the fall, that it usually hasn't been for quite some time after the pollen season of the spring and then the haze of the summer. So you can see maybe further than you used to be able to. And you can actually smell on the air the scent of a cook fire and roasting meat wafting from the direction of the hut below you. Who's taking point on like approaching Hextia's and dealing with her?
I raise my hand.
Just as you're walking?
I kind of just as I'm walking, I just raise my hand. I'm just like looking at everyone.
I kind of look at Tilly and then just kind of look over at Payne, hoping that he's either going to respond to Tilly's hand or take point himself.
No, I'm. Hey guys.
Yes, Tilly.
Mr. Kralin, I don't know much about magical energies, but I can sneak ahead and maybe look through one of the windows if you'd like it.
So I'm going to kind of look down and kind of nod at her without really saying anything. My eyes are fixed right on the hut. I am clearly creeped out from whatever I experienced earlier.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to kind of whisper, be very careful, very careful.
I won't touch anything, I swear. And then with that, I attempt to stealth.
Cool. Yeah, give me a stealth roll.
All right.
17, not bad at all. All right, so yeah, you're just like going and like doing a circle of the hut and stuff. Like, what's the plan? Like, so there's like a row of fences that are around. It's just like, like those ranch fences where it's just like split logs that are sort of intertwined a little bit. It's
Okay.
like that.
So can you like kind of see through it? Or?
Oh yeah, like it's like two sets of split logs that are like 4 feet apart, and then posts that they're slotted into, right?
Okay, I'm gonna approach as carefully as I can, and then just kind of peek through, see if I can see anything, inside. Yeah.
So when you get up to the fences, you notice from about 20 feet out that there's only one gate in the fence, or only one opening. And
the fence is made out of what?
Wood.
Okay.
Yeah, staked on the top of the two posts that are on each side of the opening here, there are rooster heads.
Just rooster head, like dead rooster heads.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all.
How fresh are we talking here?
Yeah. Good
Are we
question.
talking skulls, or are we talking like this morning?
No, I mean they're not skulls, but they're like leathered, like old rooster heads with like the flesh is still there, but the feathers are definitely not.
I'm actually gonna go back to the group, make my way back to the group.
Okay.
Mr. Kralin, I don't know much about magic, but maybe you'll know what this is. At the fence, there's some dead, and she starts to kind of get a little teary-eyed again, and she says, "There's some dead rooster heads, just on sticks."
Oh gods! I'm just gonna stride over to the door and fucking knock on it.
Nice. Okay, you step through the rooster heads, and as you pass between them, they just open their mouths and go.
Shut the fuck up.
Zeke, you're gonna get another one of my characters killed with your recklessness. God damn it.
But listen, she put a fucking notice up in town. It's an elaborate way to go around and trap us. She wants something done. Let's go do it for her.
You stride up to the door.
I'm sorry. She wants something done. That was actually in character. I'm sorry.
And just stands next to Payne. We're just knocking on the door.
Awesome.
Yeah, she wants something done. Let's do it.
Like trying to catch up. Yeah,
Cool.
your big ass footsteps. I'm like running behind you trying to keep up, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, as you all pass between these roosters, they just crow. But you get up to the door and Payne, you just pound on it.
I don't like trying to bust it down, but I knock on it.
Yeah.
So the
there's
crows
just-
are screaming the whole time we're doing
It's
this?
just no, they're not screaming the whole time. They like you pass between them, they crow as you walk between them, and then they fall silent again. Yeah, there's just silence from inside, and then you hear the faint sound of footsteps. The door cracks open, and there's like a weathered old woman who's probably like 5'2", and she's probably like 180 pounds or something like that. She looks at you. She's got like a bun on the back of her head, and she says, "Yes, who is it? What can I do for you?"
Kind of.
Oh, you must be here for the sexual enhancement. Don't worry, I have it coming right up. Just stay right here. I'll be right back. She starts like slowly closing the door and turning away.
I kind of put my staff in the door before it's
Yeah.
all the way closed.
Yeah.
Kind
She
of,
turns around and she looks at you and she didn't see you before. And now she sees you. She says, "Oh. No, there's more than, You must be here about the notice."
Yes. 100 gold. Job goblins.
Come in. And she pulls open the door. And like the inside of her hut is just like cluttered, crazy cluttered. There's like a big round wooden table with like beakers stuck like all over it. And there's like bones hanging from the ceiling on string and like little fetish things that are like sticks and bones and feathers and stuff.
I want to
Yeah,
roll. I want to roll perception just to see if I can. I'm kind of alarmed at what's happening and all the things that I'm seeing. I don't think I've really ever seen something like this.
Yeah,
So
sure.
this is freaking me the fuck out. So
Go
I'm just
ahead-
kind of
go
looking
ahead.
around. Yeah.
Perception 20. Awesome. Okay, so like you notice that over in the back right corner, there's like a big pile of broken, busted furniture. And you also notice that the table that's there is like brand new. There's a couple little like drips and stains on it, but other than that, it's like recently been polished. There's no like mug rings on it or anything like that. Yeah. She's bustling over to the kitchen and she's just muttering to herself, come in. I finally got here. Yes, well, yes, someone had to deal with it. Well, better put some tea on. She shouts back over her shoulder, would you like some tea?
Yes. I squeak out.
Lovely.
Esme's just like picking up shit all over the place, like blowing dust off books and coughing and just like picking up shit she's not supposed to.
Esme, roll 1d100.
Yep, let's do it.
Big money. Big
as
money.
she-
Oh! It's all right.
Nice.
All right.
As she is getting the tea, I kind of sputter out a little bit more, and I say, tea sounds wonderful if that's what you have, but I'm wondering if you maybe just have water.
She calls back over her shoulder, don't drink water without boiling it.
That would be fine.
One hot water and anyone else for tea? No, just me? Fine.
So, Steven, just to confirm, is she what I'm detecting? Can I tell that?
No, you can't. Like, it doesn't necessarily feel stronger here or anything like that, but yeah, you just have that same sense, but you can't tell if it's her or if there's something in here or
Can I do
or
a
if it's just
check
a natural phenomenon.
to see if now that I'm in the house, if there's anything I can detect out of place or that may not be?
I think that would be
Maybe
a perception check. Like your Arcana check applies to this situation.
Okay, well, like an
you still
investigation?
have that much. Yeah, totally. Yeah, give me an investigation.
I try and like get Esme's attention. Maybe it would be better if you didn't touch things in this place.
She's like coughing from some
might-
dust.
From some dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, Esme, you find like you pick up like an old stack of like books that are folded open or something like that, and then down underneath it, there's like a pewter bowl with a little ceramic baby resting in it, and it's covered in dust.
I
It's
just
like the
look
size of like you'd cup it in two hands.
I just look at it and I just shrug. And then I nod at Payne and then just walk over and stand next to Payne.
Crowlin, you notice through your investigations, like one, there's a lot more upstairs. Like she's got a lot more stuff upstairs. Two, like nothing down here is a magical item in terms of like items that you know are magical, but almost everything down here has an aura of like witchly magic about it, where she's cast spells and charms and hexes into just about everything in here for whatever reason. And you also can tell just from like examining the space and looking at it that someone came in here and wrecked some shit up fairly recently, like within the past couple of weeks.
Okay. So at this point, Hexy's in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
so
like the water's starting to boil and yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of yell up to her. Madam, out of curiosity, were the goblins the one that caused this damage that I see?
She tosses a look over her shoulder and she spits in the direction of the pile of furniture. No. Another so-called adventurer. Somehow he blames me for the loss of his wife. It's his own damn fault. Fool wandered off into the mountains. Nearly got both of them killed.
Most unfortunate. Most.
Yes.
So I kind of look over at the rest of the party.
More unfortunate than you know. Tea's ready. She pours herself a mug and like gestures. Nobody else wants any.
Do I have my hot water at this point?
She's gonna pour like another mug out of just water and hand it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just watching everything. Like I'm just taking it all in. I have no like. Yeah, I'm just trying to gather it all. So.
What's she brewing the tea from? Is it like just?
She's got like a jar that she scooped out some tea leaves and tossed it in there. Yeah, she sits down at the table and she gestures and like I think Crowlin and Esme, you both feel like that twinge of magic. You know magic is being worked, and like 3 chairs from the clutter around the side of the room just like scoot up towards the table. Sit. Let's talk. You're here about my notice in town in Verascali, yes?
Yeah. Esme sits, but her eye line only meets like the top of the table.
I stand behind her. I don't sit down. I just stand behind Esme.
Well,
how big is this table compared to me? And like, would I have to jump into the chair or like? How,
I mean, it's man-sized, right? So the table, like, you could probably walk under it without needing to duck.
Okay, so I climb up onto a chair and then like stand on the chair to see over the table.
Yeah. She laces her fingers and sets them on the table and says, "It's a very simple job. I was working a charm for a client. It was a warding charm, but the spell was not complete. The energies had not been tied off yet, so there was a lot of latent power. I was soaking it in a pool of moonlight at the Crossroads to the east of Verascali. Crossroads are powerful magical places, as I'm sure the two of you know." And she just gestures straight at Esme and Crowlin. A clutch of goblins came out of nowhere and ran off with it while I was investigating some wolfsbane that was growing behind a bush nearby. The charm's worthless. Its magic has been ruined, but its magic isn't contained. Those goblins, we need to take care of them. They're only going to get themselves and probably everything else within a 12-mile radius in trouble. So I'm willing to pay you 100 gold to go take a look, and of course you can keep whatever spoils you find, including the charm, but personally, between you and me, I wouldn't recommend it.
So I kind of look down and look at the party and say, I'd like to take a look at that charm.
Well, by all means, you can certainly investigate it if you find it.
Is it worth money? If it's not, you can have it. I feel like I need to kill something soon.
Well, killing the goblins is certainly one way of dealing with them, and it's certainly the way I expected when I posted the advertisement. So yes, I'm certain that you will get to kill very shortly, sir. The charm is not worth money to me. It's a collection of twigs and bone, much like the ones you see here. But you can keep it for yourself if you'd like.
When the witch says that he gets to kill things, Esme like claps excitedly on behalf of Pain at the table. But that's her only input.
I raise my hand.
Yes, yeah, you there, the short one.
Yes. Miss, is there anything else that we need to know about maybe the goblins, like where they went, or maybe if you have a map or anything at all? Were there tracks, or... I just wanted to ask. And I kind of scrouch back down like I'm scared of your answer.
Well, young thing, I'm not a tracker, so I couldn't tell you if there were tracks. This happened 3 nights ago, so any tracks that were laid are probably fairly cold. I'm afraid I don't have much for you. I'm certain the goblins live within an hour of the Crossroads, as it's unlikely that they would have ventured much further than that away from their burrow. If you head to the Crossroads and start sweeping in circles, I'm certain you can find them fairly shortly. I don't have a map. The Crossroads is easy to find. If you go back to town and then head east on the road out of town, then when you hit the Crossroads, you've reached the Crossroads.
Okay.
As for the goblins themselves, all I can say is that the magics I was working, they weren't contained. I worry something strange likely has happened to those creatures.
How many are there?
I couldn't say. I saw 6. There could be more.
Why would they take your things?
She just like affixes you with a glare. She says, "Goblins love children. Children of the civilized races. They steal them away. That's where goblins come from, didn't you know? Children who are raised by goblins become goblins themselves. And of course, because the goblins are obsessed with returning to their civilized state, they are always obsessed with stealing children and trying to figure out how they work. So take care, young thing." Perhaps
I lean down to Esme.
Perhaps they thought that my charm was a child.
Does Crowley know if...
Yeah, go ahead, Kurt.
Does Crowley know if Hexy's telling the truth? Is that like the lore of goblins?
Yeah, that's the lore.
That is... Oh.
Mm-hmm.
As
Well,
you're
in that
telling
case,
this...
I lean forward and look at... You better be scared. No, I that's crazy. I didn't know.
As she's saying this, I'm kind of like going lower and lower and lower, sinking behind the table, and my eyes are just like fixed on her. And
Yeah.
I lean down to Esme. Do you still want to go after hearing that?
I just like fix a frown at Pain and nod. And I like, Esme really doesn't like this witch, but she hasn't told anyone. She's not making it clear, but she like really doesn't like this witch.
Okay. Like, is it just in your body language? You're just kind of like hunched up.
Yeah.
Right.
Just kind of like tolerating the conversation. I haven't told Pain because I don't want to start any trouble.
Tilly sinking into her chair, and Esme clearly discomforted. Kralin is going to stand up and just go, "Oh well, we don't need to worry about the young ones here being hurt. We've got this man here," gesturing at Pain. "If there's anything else, I think it's about time for us to get going." And he kind of looks right at Hexia and wondering.
I agree.
Hearing that Ko is saying that we're about to get going, I grab the cup and I try to drink it as fast as I can, but it burns my lips, and
it's hot.
I drop the cup and it goes all over the place.
Yeah, okay. The cup lands, and it falls, but you don't hear a clatter or anything like that. The water goes spilling everywhere all over the floor. Hextia sort of glares at you. She says, "Good luck with the goblins, child." And then she raises her hand, and the cup levitates up off of the floor and sets itself back down onto the top of the table.
My character is visibly scared right now, like shaking, scared, upset almost. And I'm just looking. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, I'm just looking at Ko.
Wipe the butter off of your hands before handling other people's things.
Damn. So cold.
I start like wiping my hands on my leather armor about as fast as I can.
Nice.
Because
right.
Steven made a point of like mentioning, oh, it's butter, the well-churned butter.
Yes. Yeah.
Using the flavor text.
The grease from the duck just
There you
hadn't
go.
quite gotten wiped off yet. Cool. Okay, so y'all are gonna head off and try to find the crossroads and start searching for goblins.
As we're like walking out of the witch's house, she like comes to shut the door to see us off.
Mm-hmm.
And Esme like throws a glance back at her, probably about 20 feet away, and uses awakened mind and telepathically messages the witch. She says, I don't like you.
Yeah, so can you hear back from awakened mind, or is it just one-way communication?
Yeah, you can telepathically communicate, yeah.
Yeah, you hear her speak back, and it sounds like there's 100 voices speaking when she speaks back. She simply says, I don't like you either. And then the door just clicks.
You're the best, Steven. I love you.
And I know nothing about this, right? This is all telepathic.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
telepathic.
good. Okay.
Nobody else can hear it. Cool. Yeah, so what's the plan now? Are y'all going to try to find the crossroads from here, go back to Virascali, and then head from there?
I would like to...
I think
Go ahead.
right to the crossroads, unless you guys... I mean, we're all set to get this going, unless you guys want to do something different.
Mr. Krolin, can I maybe investigate around the hut to see if I find anything?
If you wish, please do. And at that point, he just kind of starts leaning against his stick.
I'm just going to look around, see if I can gather any information about... I mean, the tracks might be cold, but, you know, who knows? I might gather something. Do you want me to roll investigation or survival or what?
What are you searching for?
I'm searching for any indication of where they may have gone in a direction. I mean, you know,
Are you
like...
talking about the goblins?
Yeah, the goblins, yeah.
The goblins are at the crossroads. We're at her hut, which is on the other side of the city.
My characters learn not maybe to believe everything that they're told. So
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, go ahead and first give me a stealth check, and then, or are you trying to be stealthy about this, or just looking?
I'm just gonna be looking.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Sure. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, okay, 11. Like, you don't see anything out of place. Like, there's a number of little fine-lined sigils drawn on the posts of the house. But like, you don't see any tracks. Like, you see chicken tracks in the yard, and the chickens all go buck, 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 as they're, you know, sort of strutting out of your way and picking at the feed in the yard. But you don't see any tracks of, like, other creatures other than, like, from the entrance to the... or from the gate of the fence to the entrance of her house, there are a number of, like, humanoid tracks going back and forth, but you don't see anything goblin-esque.
Okay, I go back to them. I say, I'm done. I'm ready. That's all. And I again, like, I'm visibly You guys can tell that, like, I'm pretty upset about everything I've seen here, but I'm trying to appear, you know, brave or courageous, and I kind of puff up my chest as my hands are all shaking, and I start walking forward to try to continue leading us to the crossroads. It's east out of town, right? Following the road to the crossroads.
Yeah.
Can I do something while we're walking out of town, while we're walking to the crossroads?
So currently you're northwest of town. You could go back to town and then walk along the road, or you could just head east and try to find it from here. It's up to you. You can do what you want. Just pointing out you're at Hextia's hut right now. What would you like to do, Crowlin?
Well, Tilly is still leading as far as so whatever we want to do concerning that is fine. I just wanted to, while we're doing whatever action we pick, I wanted to ask Tilly something in specific.
Okay.
So we can choose all that and then do that.
Tilly, where are you going? Are you going to head back to Virascali along the road, or try to head straight east and try to find the crossroads that way?
I'm going to go exactly, you know, where I know we can get to where we need to go. So I'm going to go back to the village and take the road east.
Give me two 1d100 rolls.
Sure.
And then let's see the interaction between Crowlin and Tilly.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you rerolled investigation.
That's right. Yep.
Cool. And one more. Okay. So go ahead. Let's see what Tilly and Crowlin need to talk about.
Okay. So while we're walking, you know, I'm assuming we're not really talking. I'll just kind of go into the crossroads. I'm just going to kind of look down and go, Tilly, do you mind if I ask you a question?
No, not at all.
I must admit, Tilly, I've been doing this a pretty good many years, and there's a certain type of individual that travels these roads, and you don't really line up with much of what I've seen before. I was wondering, what brings you out to do this?
And she just kind of starts to tear up again, man. She just says, I don't have a home, and I don't have any family, and I'm hungry, and I just got to do whatever I can to eat.
We're still walking, Payne. Don't worry.
No, I know. No, as I'm walking, I'm just sighing
Growling.
out loud.
Yeah.
Just
Esme's like
God.
throwing out a sigh because they're like exactly the same, but
okay.
just manned up versions of Tilly.
So, hearing this from Tilly, I just kind of go, Tilly, there's dishwashing, there's stable tending, there's scribing. Why put yourself in harm's way?
She thinks for a second, and she says, I have unfinished business in the east, and I'll need gold. I'll need gold. So more than dishwashing or cleaning stables or any other professions a 14-year-old girl might do.
So I kind of nod at that and I go, so you have goals. Good. Well, that's really all I was wondering, friend. If you ever want to talk about it, you let me know. But as we all have our own secrets, feel free to keep them as well. And at that point, I kind of clearly disengage, not wanting to apply any pressure and keep walking.
Well, I say, Mr. Crowlin, I do have a question for you as you start to walk away.
I turn back down. Yes?
Well, what kind of magic is sexual enhancement?
So Crowlin kind of looks up for a second and puts his hand in his chin there, and he gets down and he looks Tilly right in the eye and he goes, Tilly, sexual enhancement is a dark and dreadful magic that you must avoid for all foreseeable years. Whenever you hear of this, run and never look back. And with a completely stone face, he gets up and just walks away.
My character is just so mind fucked at this point. Like, all right, she just keeps
Awesome.
going on.
You guys have made it back to Virascali. Anything you wanted to do in town, or are you just heading straight out along the Eastern Road?
I think running straight there.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Probably get some grub and go.
All right, yeah. So I need another D100 from Ello. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay, and one more. All right, so yeah, it was fairly uneventful as far as traveling goes. You've made it to the Crossroads. There's a road that continues off like straight to the east. The road out of town is east-northeast, and then there's a road that branches off to the left, heading up towards the towards where the Starkwald is, but you can't see it. Like it's outside of your line of sight. This is the crossroad that Hextia was talking about, but like just at face value, it's just a dirt road with a couple sets of deep tracks in it for like wagons that have come up and down along this road. There's a little wood sign that just points in the direction of Virascali, and it's got Virascali scribed on it in spidery lettering. And the northerly direction isn't even labeled. So this is where Hextia said that she was when she got accosted by the goblins, but there's no obvious sign. It's about 4 p.m. In the afternoon now. And if you want to search for goblin stuff, like goblin activity, it's going to take you probably about a day to search, like within a 1 hour radius.
Okay.
Do I, knowing the type of magic that I do, would I be able to discern, since I know that it would have to be near the crossroads, where the amulet was when it was stolen? Because it would have had to be kept in a pool of moonlight, I think you said. Is that something like would that be in a rock or something? Would I be able to discern where that is?
Give me an Arcana test. Like, you know that like a pool of moonlight is just like moonlight glowing on the ground.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a specific. So that could have been any. But anyway, I rolled. I try to discern the location.
Yeah, so like you like put your hands out and sort of open your mind to the magical energies of the world, and you feel like a couple loose frayed ends as you're sort of walking back and forth over this. And there is like a central divot in the middle of the road where there's like two sets of tracks of the wagon wheels that cross each other. There's a divot in the center between the four of them, and that's where like there's all these sort of frayed ends of magical tendrils that were severed recently. You think that that's the location where this was stolen from.
So I'm going to walk over to that and kind of hold my hand right over it. And I'm going to make sure everyone hears. I'm going to go, it started here. This is where it began.
All right. Pretty much anything that Kraylin says, my character is 100% focused and interested in it. So she's just staring at him, and she asks, "Well, what do we do from here? Would you like me to look around, or?"
I just kind of immediately nod. Anything you can find, any small bit of information to help us. Now's the time to find it.
All right, so I'll go ahead and I guess we'll take the day to investigate around the area. Yeah.
So it's like 4 p.m. If you wanted to spend a full day, it'd take you basically till midnight right now. You could certainly do that if you wanted to really get it done.
Okay. Well, I proposed the idea to the group, and tell them it would take me to midnight and see what they think about it.
I personally am all for it. I'd also like to, while she's doing any type of searching, to see if I can at all discern what direction the magic traveled, or if it frayed anything in any other, if there's anything I can discern to a cardinal direction from that point.
From your Arcana test, there's nothing, but
okay.
I'll try and do like a tracking, like look for tracks and stuff. Even though I'm not like super proficient, I can look for goblin tracks and that kind of stuff.
All right,
you can
Payne,
aid me.
Payne, do you want to like aid Tilly in her investigation roll?
Absolutely.
Or perception, I guess. This would be perception, Tilly. Or survival. Perception or survival.
Give me one moment. I gotta find my sheet.
Oh, perception I can do. I didn't know it was perception. I thought it was survival.
Oh, do you want to do perception or survival? I mean, it's a 2 skill difference for me. I have higher perception, but not by much.
Me too.
Okay, well, let's go with perception.
I have a proficiency, I guess, in perception, but it's
I'll aid
drastic.
As well.
All right, cool. So y'all all lend yourselves to the task. Tilly, as the point man, why don't you roll perception with advantage?
Okay.
We'll see what y'all find. Okay, 15. So roll a 1d8 minus 2, Tilly.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you start searching the area nearby, and like there's really nothing as far as tracks are concerned. It's all been erased. So pretty quickly, within the first 10 or 15 minutes, Tilly, you fall back on just straight up brute force searching and scouring like wider and wider circles. But you're quick, and within 2 hours you find strong indication of goblin activity, and you manage to follow it. Let's see, I'm gonna roll 1d100 twice. Okay, cool. Yeah, those 2 hours fly by uneventfully. It's now about 6 p.m., so it's still pretty light out, and you find a set of goblin tracks that are leading you. You're about like maybe you're probably like 45 minutes southeast of the Crossroads itself, which is still within this exact same hex that I have you in here. But you see, like off in the distance, just a little bit of smoke rising from like a low ruined wall, and that's all you see.
I look over at Payne and I say, "Do you?" And I like point, to the smoke, and I say, "Can you smell that?"
Payne, give me a perception test.
All right.
No, you can't.
No. I can only smell the foul wind from those sausages.
Tilly giggles again. Or catches
Esme
herself.
doesn't giggle. She shakes her head because she has to endure it every day.
I've made that joke like 100 times.
She has to endure it every day.
Payne is not a smart man, you know. He's gonna latch to one joke and keep with it.
Yeah,
Well, we got a reaction the first time.
Yeah. Well, my character giggles again, like probably harder than the first time you said it. So, anyways, I say, well, I think that's our best bet, and just kind of point, in the direction of where the smoke's coming from.
Right on.
And I look over at Kraylin. Mr. Kraylin, can you sense anything?
Steven, I'm assuming would I be able to do another check from here now that we're closer to the source? Just to see if I can discern if perhaps the item is in that direction now that we're a lot closer.
You can go ahead and give me a roll, but I can tell you, Co, that generally you're not going to get magical energy readings from an Arcana check unless there's something really potent and really present. So,
how far away are we from the fire, Stephen?
I mean, you're probably 400 feet away.
Okay.
500, something like that.
And it's around 6 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Esme takes Payne by the hand and just starts leading him towards the smoke.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna look down at Tilly and be like,
she's skipping.
Okay. Everybody give me perception tests.
Sure.
Even Payne with a new one. Okay. And I think we're missing who? Esme? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so Payne, at about 300 feet, you see movement from behind a wall. And you're close enough now that you can see it's actually a set of 3 low ruined walls that are just kind of half crumbled and grown over. There's vines and grass has grown up all around them. You can't see behind them. And there's just a little wisp of smoke coming up from behind. You see low movement in the grass on the just passing around behind one of the walls.
Stop.
Tilly stops.
I freeze.
Okay. There. Movement. Over there.
If y'all all wait and just hold for 30 seconds or so, eventually you see it again. And it's just a small figure sort of hop skipping through the grass. And it just pops out behind the wall and runs over and dives its hands to the ground and tries to grab something, and then it sort of dashes back behind the wall.
I'm gonna stealth at this point.
Okay.
And I'm actually not gonna say anything to the group.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
11. All right.
All right. I'm going to kind of move away from the group and find, a nice place to kind of move a little bit closer, staying behind trees, brush, whatever I can find, just to get a little bit closer to take a look, just do a little recon.
And you're small and you're sort of off in a meadow, to the south of the road. So it's wilderness, almost as far as the eye can see, really. You're able to find enough tall grasses and bushes to hide yourself in, though it's daylight and there's not enough really solid, obvious blockers of line of sight. So you're not great, but you're definitely better than Payne would be, for example. Okay. Yeah. So the rest of you notice that Tilly has slipped away. Are y'all comfortable just to let her do her thing for a little bit, or?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm actually
Esme's
going to
humming a tune, but it's really dark.
And I just lean down. Or are you on my shoulder, Esme?
No, I'm just standing next to you.
Okay, I just lean down to you.
If she gets killed, can I eat her?
I just nod.
All right.
Did I hear that?
Cool. Yeah, Tilly. So how close are you trying to get?
Just enough to figure out what this creature is. Mm-hmm. I just want to confirm this is a goblin. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, so probably within it's not in clear sight, right? It sort of darts out and then darts back, and it's small. It's probably as small or smaller than you are. Finally, you're probably about 60 feet away from it when you get a clear glimpse of it through a break in some brush. Yeah, totally. It's a green-skinned goblin with big a big sort of football-shaped mouth with needle-like teeth and like sort of beady, like yellow ringed eyes set back in its skull. It is like its skin looks tough and pebbled, and it's sort of chasing after like a rabbit in the grasses.
Okay, I immediately disengage and go back to the party.
Okay, it doesn't seem to notice you at all. You turn around and you step away, sneaking your way through the grasses. You make it back. Probably took you like 5 minutes to get there and back, you know, at your stealthed pace, but everything seems fine.
I whispered to everybody, hey everyone. I'm sorry.
Where did you come? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
I went to go check to see if it was a goblin, and I came, and that's where I came from.
Okay.
Was
there a goblin?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, we got a job to do.
I nod.
Esme starts skipping again towards the goblin and just like drags Pain.
Esme, what were the invocations you took?
Eldritch Blast and Eldritch Spit.
So, like, something about the distance between you and this goblin feels familiar. And, like, you see, like, a quick flashback in your mind to, like, just, like, you know, otherworldly tentacles sort of, like, covering the face of this statue. And you're looking across the plains, and almost like the distance sort of compresses itself until it feels like you're about 60 feet away from the goblin. It's like that fisheye lens effect that we see as the camera is looking at Esme. And you realize this goblin is well within range of your Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So upon realizing this, Esme, like, she's like gleeful almost. Because this Eldritch Blast was like, it was effort to cast before, but it doesn't feel like that anymore. And so she just throws one out into the sky. And it just arcs in a huge arc down towards this goblin.
All right.
So I just
Is this a flashy thing?
What is it?
like
What does Eldritch Blast look like?
It's like a blast of energy, just pure energy that like comes out of her hand.
Nice.
So she kind of like winds it up and just.
Is it like a
throws
laser
into
beam
the
sort of
sky.
thing?
No, it's more like a ball of energy with like trails behind it.
Nice. Give me an attack roll with your Eldritch Blast.
All right. So when I see this happening, I kind of just stop and pull out my throwing axes.
Yeah.
And I just kind of lean down, and you know, as like the spell is in the air, I just
Can you tell me next time when you're going to do that?
21 for 8 force damage, which you rolled a 4 and you add your +4 charisma bonus. You nail this thing, and like the goblin just explodes. You cleave through its chest with your spell. It splits in half, and just like a spray of blood goes flying and spatters against the wall.
She like hands in the air. She runs around Pain like twice, like she scored some kind of sports goal. She's like cheering.
Nice. Pain, you see from your like readied position.
Yeah.
You see a second goblin head poke up from behind this wall, looking in your direction, and it sees you.
Okay. Quit celebrating. We're not done yet.
And I just wait for her to tell me what to do. I'm just standing there. She's running around me.
Yeah. The second head just pops back down.
Tilly is just looking at Esme as she's skipping around Pain, and she's just watching her, and she's just she's blown away by the things that she's seeing. So she as far as Tilly's concerned, she's around the company of gods, you know. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's speechless. She's just watching.
Cool.
There's another one. I don't know if you saw it.
And as I'm trying to talk to her, there's another one running around my legs.
Esme just stops and she like digs her heel in the dirt, like a little cloud of dirt, like fluffs up. And then when the dirt's clearing, you can see her going like this. And then she just throws her finger forward and just yells, "Go!" like that.
Awesome. Right. All right.
As that's happening, go ahead, Steven.
As that's happening, 1, 2, 3. Yep, +4. So there comes flying over the wall a black barbed arrow with ratty-looking feathers on the end of it comes soaring in the direction of Tilly. It lands like 10 feet short of you, Tilly, but that's clearly where it was headed.
And that wakes me up. And I remember, oh shit, we're fighting goblins, even though what I just saw was fucking crazy. And I go to grab my bow and throw it off my shoulder.
And I just book. I got my orders.
Okay, cool.
And as soon, Steven, stop. Wait, Steven, wait.
I'm waiting.
Okay, as soon I'm running with both axes in my hand. As soon as I see any sort of goblin head poke out within my long range, which is 60, right? For
yeah, 60 is 20-60.
There you go. Within 60 feet, I'm chucking.
So we're gonna need to do this by like purely by the rules, so that I don't screw you at all.
Okay.
So the way
it's all right.
The way it's gonna work is you're gonna need to take your turn, you're gonna need to move, and then you're gonna need to reserve your action as a readied action. And then the trigger for the readied action is if you see a goblin head in range, you take your attack.
Gotcha. So I'm only moving at my movement speed, not like
not double or anything like
exactly.
that.
So I'm moving 30, just like not like full out sprint, but like a canter.
Yeah.
With my like axes out 30 feet.
Do we want to do like initiative now?
Yeah, so hang on. I'm dragging. I'm going to pull y'all over to the combat page. Boop, boop. And I'll drag y'all all onto the map. So there's Esme. There's Kralin. Oops, there you are. Go close. I grabbed Kellen first. Kralin and Payne. Cool. So y'all four are here. Oops. Yeah. And then way down here, there's a goblin. Let's see. I think that's about it there. So monster type A. Boop. And it's behind a wall. So let's see. I'm going to draw out a wall. It's probably like 20 feet long. And then there's another wall here. And there's another wall here. Okay. And...
oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep. So I'm just going to put its health in and its armor class so that I can not have to, like, drop it. Yeah. Cool. And then, yeah, good. Okay, cool. So everybody grab your token and roll initiative for me.
I have a question. Is there any way to zoom out of this map? Like,
yeah,
in the
top
upper right-hand corner,
there's a slider.
Yep.
oh, beautiful.
All right. So go ahead and roll that initiative for me, guys.
Absolutely. Oh, I've got to click my... I keep forgetting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oop.
All right. Excellent. So I'll sort that. Great. Tilly, you get to go first.
Sorry,
So currently this goblin's head is not sticking up behind this wall.
Now, I'm a little unfamiliar with stealth and how fast I can move while stealth, but I would like to stealth, use the high grass and brush like we talked about, and try to make my way not directly towards them, but almost kind of in a crescent, you know, kind of outside kind of movement. So, how fast can I move while stealthed?
Half
Is the
speed.
question. Half speed. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna maybe actually let me see. I'm going to kind of dash. I move 25 feet. If I dash, is that double my movement speed?
Yes.
Okay, without stealthing. And I'm going to move, hopefully I move. And how exactly do we move again? I'm having a hard time.
Oh, you need to select the arrow selection on the upper left-hand corner.
Okay.
And then you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to just move you by 5 foot increments if you want.
Okay, so 1, 2, 10, 3, 4, 20, guess I'm about right there.
Cool.
Not as fast as I can move. I'll go ahead and move right down here. I guess.
All right.
Yeah. Now is that 25 feet? Because I could just kind of run straight there. Sorry, I'm still getting familiar with the map.
Yeah, so you can run straight there 25 feet, and then you have a dash action that you can take that lets you move another 25 feet.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go for it.
So okay. So how are you I'm sorry. How are you drawing that?
What you can do, Ello, if you click the little ruler, you can hold it over you like I am right there, and you can see exactly how many.
It looks like a little cone.
Okay, that's what I want to see.
Here's another cool trick that you can do. If you grab your token with your mouse, and then you move it somewhere, and you hold and you tap the spacebar, then it gives you an arrow that connects your token and like its original location.
You are beautiful. Thank you.
Whoa.
That's what I want to do. I want to go
I
right there.
didn't know about that. Someone on Twitter pointed that out to me. So shout out to you if you're watching. Great tip.
Sorry,
All right,
still
awesome.
using the D20 thing. So okay, perfect. That's where I want to go, and I'm not stealthing yet. Yeah, I'm running that direction. Hopefully in high grass. Or
The goblin pops up from over the wall, fires a second shot at you, Tilly. Disadvantage. Look at that. Discarded a natural 20. It whiffs, completely missing you. Esme, your turn.
Esme just starts skipping towards the wall.
Okay.
And she's humming that tune again. That's like, it's all like sharps and flats. It sounds like very eerie.
Nice.
And she's like, she's readying an Eldritch Blast again. So like you just see her hand, like the tips of her fingers are like starting to like glow black.
So I'm just curious, is this a readied action? You're moving like your full movement, and then as your action, you're readying?
And I'm readying an action.
Okay, so when the goblin pops up next, you're going to get to blast it. Cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and move yourself where you want to be.
It's is it 30?
Should be 30 for you, yeah.
30. Yeah.
Krowlin, go for it.
All right. How far are we away from this thing right now?
About 300
Pretty
feet.
far, right? About 300 feet. And where is Payne? Didn't Payne run up and ready or something,
yet.
or has he already done
Yeah,
that?
he's going to do that in initiative order.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Well, what I would like to do is run up with Payne, kind of staying behind him.
Okay.
So, like, how many feet can you move, Payne?
30.
30.
30. Okay, so I'll, for now, go ahead and move up 30 feet. And I think it's going to be it for me this turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm too far away to really do anything else. So I'm just going to move up 30 feet for my turn.
You're really at the extreme end of range here, yeah. All right, Payne, your turn.
Same thing.
Okay, go ahead and grab your tokens and move them where you want to be.
Oh, God, of course.
Tilly?
Yep, I'm gonna move. How far? Man, that's kind of a distance. I'm gonna dash again. So I'm gonna grab this. Oop,
Each movement moves 5.
Yeah.
there we go. And I can do about 60 feet, right? No, sorry, 50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move down this way.
Okay, cool. Starting to close in just a little bit. Great. Okay, goblin pops up. Esme, do you want to make your attack
Yeah.
as you're skipping in its direction? Yep.
As soon as I see like the head pop up over the wall, Esme's like visibly excited, and she fires a second Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Oh, your Eldritch Blast scorches the wall. And you see like arcane energies sparking around, and in response, an arrow comes flying in your direction, Esme. Let's see. Disadvantage +4, submit. Nope, whiffs entirely. It's now your turn, Esme. The goblin ducks back down behind the wall. It's no longer visible.
Same again.
Cool. You're going to move 30 feet and then ready
Yeah.
your Eldritch Blast. All right. Krowlin, your turn.
Yeah, like my longest distance is 90 feet. So I'm gonna do 30 forward again.
I feel your pain.
Do you want to? I mean, like when you're only moving 30, you're sacrificing half of your possible movement because you could take the dash action and move another 30.
Oh, I thought only rogues could dash.
No, rogues get
Anyone can
extra
dash.
dashes. Anyone can do it.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get too ahead of everyone else. Let me see here real fast. I want to confirm Ray of Sickness.
Now and if Ko wanted to, he could ready his action to run behind Payne, correct? Like because
Yeah,
he's
like-
out of a different order, he could wait till Payne moves forward and then run behind him.
Y'all are right next to each other. Let's just say that y'all are with each other. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go off to the side a little bit. So I'll do a 30. I'll do a 30 move off to the side to cover my 1, and then I'm going to take a dash action to move 40 or 30 forward as well.
Cool.
So I'll kind of be off to the side there, but
Great.
still about where he would be.
Cool. Payne, your turn.
Move 30. Let's go.
Are you going to dash also?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep those. I'm learned my lesson. I'm gonna keep those axes ready
Just
at all
in case
times.
a goblin comes
And
flying
also-
at your face.
Well, also I have the danger sense now since I'm 2nd level.
Cool.
So yeah, if there's any traps or spells that require dexterity checks or whatever, I can see them coming, sort of.
Cool. Nice. All right, move yourself where you want to be. Tilly, your turn.
Oops.
I'm going to go ahead and move quickly now down south. Same thing, dashing about as fast as I can. So there we go. Looks like I can go about right here.
Cool. All right. So goblin pops up. It's taking a shot at Esme, having identified her as the primary threat here. Misses entirely. Esme, you get to use your reaction.
Yeah.
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 Fires another black bolt up into the sky and it arcs over towards the wall.
All right. Nope. Splashes against the wall. The goblin goes, and then it ducks back.
She like stamps. She like throws her hands down at her side and like stamps her foot into the ground.
Kralin, your turn.
Let's see. I think I'm just going to do another dash forward.
All right.
Except this time I'm going to do a double dash straight forward.
Okay.
So we'll
Payne.
do 60.
Moving 30.
All right.
Oops. God damn it. I gotta select it every time.
Tilly.
All right. Oh no, I've got to hit the right keyboard.
I'm going to move up 25 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attempt to 25 versus 25 right here. I'm going to attempt to stealth.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Sure.
Oh yeah, look at that. So y'all see Tilly just vanish. She's just gone. There's not even any sign in the grass. Goblin pops up and like you can see her sort of like pointing in the direction that Tilly was, and then she goes. The goblin goes, and then it points in the direction of Esme, fires off another ball.
Did I get skipped by
Another
the way?
attack. Something happened. I'm gonna assume that. I mean, like, yeah, you should.
I would have.
Like,
I would have had
first.
another attack ready. To
So you would have moved 30 feet forwards and then readied an action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. All right, so it fires at you, Esme. With +4, missing you completely. Go ahead and make your attack as well. All right, finally you nail it for 10 force damage. And, you know, this thing's head just pops clean off. Boop! And you see, like, that spray of arterial blood goes flying into the air as the
And Esme
goblin
just
falls
goes-
backwards.
And does
Nice.
it back.
Awesome. All right, so you see no other goblin activity from around these walls. So we're now out of combat time.
Cool.
Real quick, what is the range on Esme's blast?
It's now
300
300 feet.
300.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like
It's
a sniper.
It's like longbow range.
It's amazing. Okay.
Actually, no, it's short bow range.
Wow.
So
we're
what's the
out
plan?
of. Okay.
Start looking around.
Yep.
Loot.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, Steven, I just want to let you know that I didn't realize that I was allowed as a rogue to expertise in one skill if I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that, and I didn't put it on there, so I'm going to go ahead and put that into stealth, okay?
Awesome.
Okay.
You can change that on your character sheet. You can just change your proficient to expertise.
That's what I did. I just wanted to make you aware if I started rolling like 2 points higher, you're not like, why the hell are
Ridiculously
you
well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you get up and you find 2 pouches on the bodies of these 2 goblins. One contains 14 silver pieces and one contains 8 gold pieces.
Not too bad.
Who's tracking group loot, just out of curiosity?
I can.
Okay, I'll rely on you to divvy that up at the end of the session once we.
Okay.
Once I'm giving out XP, you can calculate out loot. Okay, so
That
you
was-
guys
that
get
was-
up here.
Oh,
18,
2 skills.
14 silver.
Yeah, it's 2 skills, Co. Or not Co. It's 2 skills, although.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you get up here. You've killed these 2 goblins. So there's these 2 goblin corpses that you guys check out, and they've got pouches on their belts where there's the aforementioned 14 silver and 8 gold pieces. And down here, sort of in the back corner of this this 3-walled ruin, there's a tiny little hole. It's probably like 3 feet by 2 feet. It would be tight for anybody to squeeze in, and it would be a really tight fit for someone like Payne. And that's all that's in here.
Wait, can you say that again real quick?
There are no other goblins down here. All you see down here is this little tiny like 3 foot by 2 foot hole that sort of dives down into the earth. And you can see now that you're here, there's goblin tracks all over coming into and out of this hole. It's a tight fit though.
A tight fit for the small guys, right? Not an option for the bigger ones.
It is an option for the bigger ones. Like you can fit into a 3 foot by 2 foot hole. It's just not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination.
How deep is the hole?
Yeah, can we see the bottom of it? Like, is it like
it's
a
pitch
cavern
black
system?
It's pitch black. You'd
really
need to light something.
matter to me.
I
See how deep the hole is?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Suggest-
Oh no, you have dark vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes like 20 or 30 feet, winding its way back in there. Like you can just barely see that it does open up into a larger cavern.
Okay.
I suggest we throw the other one in there and see what she sees.
I look at the group and I say, especially at Kraylin, and I say, I could definitely take a peek.
If I gave you some bread, would you do it?
I would do it.
Is that pain?
I would do it for you without the bread, but that would be good.
Look at
So,
that.
Crowlin kind of looks down and looks over at Tilly and kind of, this could be very dangerous. Are we sure we want to send her in there alone?
Now it's worth mentioning here that halflings don't have dark vision. So if you want to see when you're down there, you need light.
So
That's the
I'm
thing.
going to look at Esme and go, I believe you're the only one that can see in there. Maybe Tilly could get your back and you could both go?
I believe you shut your mouth right now, is what I believe.
Hey, chill, my friend.
I throw a glance at Payne. And then Esme says, "The goblins taunted me. I'll go."
Nice. Let's take a 5-minute break on that. That's a great cut to like go to a break. So we'll be back in 5 minutes and we'll see what's down in this cave.